So I traded in my Skinny Guy camper for a Skinny Guy camper. Hey, what's going on everyone? Hunter with Rebel Outdoors, everybody's favorite bald beard guy with the big brown truck. And today's episode is going to be about a new prototype product from Skinny Guy Campers that I'm going to be trying out, doing some testing, R&Ding, all that kind of fun stuff. So as you know, before I had a kit and caboodle Skinny Guy camper with a premium loop package. Basically they're like top of the line, and had that for a number of months. Took it out here in Michigan, took it out west, had a really awesome time with it, but there were just a couple things about it that I couldn't get over. One of those main problems this one fixes, so let's kind of get into it a little bit. Well, I have not seen the truck like this in a minute. Actually looks like I have clearance in the rear again. So here's the old unit on the stands that usually come with when you buy a unit. If I would have had these, which I told them I shouldn't need it because I didn't think I would, but should have gotten that because that would have allowed me to take the unit on and off. To free up my bed space, but I didn't, so granted that kind of would have been a little difficult with the tire and traction boards over there, so I probably would have to take them off too, but hey, this would have been an option. Pretty neat. That Carly equipped. That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that would go in here, but it makes me feel a lot better about having a 12,000 pound jack in my truck, which has worked in the past before. Another one coming out here. Super clean Tacoma. Frenzy rack. Interesting place for the Wii Boost. Keeps everything pretty low though. So this right here, I think, is an amazing idea. An X-Venture trailer with the Skinny Guy camper on it. I think this is kind of where something like the Skinny Guy is going to shine on a trailer, because you're not so worried about using a bed space in your vehicle. You have a whole separate unit that you can tow along with you. And I'm sure if you could, looks like these might be a 5 version, like the 5-inch bed, 5-foot bed on like a Tacoma or something like that. But yeah, this is sick. This is going to be a really good matchup. So another thing about that is that was a loaner unit, which means it wasn't mine. So I was gonna have to give it back eventually and go back to my original topper. But speaking with Jason, one of the owners of Skinny Guy Campers, we ended up coming up with a different solution that would continue our partnership. So there's some differences on this camper that some of you might have noticed already. Let's kind of get into a little bit. Starting the exterior here, you'll notice it doesn't have like any of the mounting points as it did here. It doesn't have any of the ports like the other one that I did. This is just the base exterior shell pretty much. And then on this side it looks pretty standard. Now on the other one I did have like a pass-through cubby. Here it just goes into the topper itself. And then of course, probably one of my favorite things that I'm definitely going to be utilizing is side entry. It enters and exits just like the traditional Skinny Guy, so you can get in and out of the tent that way. And of course the whole top port does flip open, so you can stand up inside the tent, and then you have the mattress over here. As far as up top, you can see there is no solar panel. However, there are tracks so you could mount different items up there. And then probably the biggest note on the back here is this access panel or hatch, whatever you'd like to call it. So one thing that's nice is it is pretty thick down here, so it rained pretty heavy today and bed's pretty dry. Now you can see just how much space you have in this compared to the traditional Skinny Guy. And on both sides here, you'll notice it's pretty thick on these sides, so it'd be really nice to mount like some pass-through cubbies or like some panels to mount some stuff in here. But just a ton of room. So they do have that panel that comes from Skinny Guy, as well as this storage that's usually in all the different campers. I did add in my Icky Concepts bulkhead panel. And then one thing that's really cool is, so you can see here is the mattress. Now normally that would droop down even with the securing points, but they have these 2 hammocks here which are actually functional. So theoretically you could sleep 2 people in the mattress, 2 people in the hammocks, and then when you do have this completely fully opened up, you can also remove those. But yeah, just tons and tons of room in here. So the normal Skinny Guy camper, my only complaint is that I pretty much lost my bed space. And because the system is so easy to take on and off, if I would have had the jacks, which if you buy a unit you will, but because this was a loaner unit, I didn't end up taking those with me when I left the Skinny Guy Camper's headquarters, so I was not able to take the camper on and off the truck at will. So it's pretty much stuck on there, and I only had about 12 inches of bed space. So for me, someone who likes to hunt, who likes to go outdoors, do home projects, things of that sort, it was really difficult not having a bed space. I've got this big truck and nowhere to put stuff. So basically I was kind of in a time constraint where here next month, Joey and I are getting ready to head out west on a mule deer hunt. And we were really trying to figure out how are we going to carry our fridges, our coolers, all these big bulky items that were necessary to bring on this hunting trip with us. And I was about to just take the camper off, put the top back on for the hunt, you know, and kind of figure it out then. But fortunately, within this time frame, we were able to work out this new partnership ordeal, I guess we'll call it. And I think this is going to be a really good thing for me. Now, again, I want to put this out there that this is a prototype unit. There are no productions. I don't have a date. I don't have specs. The only thing that I can tell you is that this is a base shell of a Skinny Guy camper, and it retains the tent, the mattress. That's pretty much it. And as you guys see in the walk around, there's not really a whole lot to this unit. It really is more of like a go fast stop. You know, a GFC, those toppers with the tents pretty much built into them. That's kind of the Skinny, this is kind of the Skinny Guy version of that. So again, I think for me that this product is going to work out very, very well. And who knows, I'm hoping to be able to make some tweaks to this unit from what I've seen already, just to kind of make it more user friendly. You know, this is going to be for somebody who's more of a, I guess we'll call it a DIY, or somebody who does a lot of home projects, a doer, whatever you want to call it. So with that in mind, that's kind of going to be what any type of suggestions that I make to Skinny Guy campers are going to be based off of some of my experiences.